Unintelligent Design by Feeds on Anger. Read by a bag of Vicodin. The fire surrounded her, crawling in close, one menacing, perfectly square feet at a time. I watched from the other end of the wooden table. The table was surrounded by dirty plates, my pathway barred. There was nothing I could do. My screams filled the room as I watched my wife collapse. "Zababada! Tadoy!" I shouted, waving wildly. With my wife dead, I picked up the plate and brought it to the dishwasher. Returning to the living room just a little while later to extinguish the fire with the fire extinguisher I handily kept in my pocket. I tried wondering why I didn't do this while my wife was on fire, but the thoughts disappeared, popped like a bubble. A long, slender gentleman in tattered robes was brooding over the remains of my, remarkably unburned, wife. He leaned on his scythe for support, even though his feet never touched the floor. I approached him carefully and flirtingly introduced myself, following up with a joke. The fellow's name was Jim, but spelled with G-R. He's not from around. As me and Jim were chatting away while watching commercials on repeat, I suddenly had an inexplicable urge to swim. I didn't even know I owned a pool. As I made my way to the backyard, I noted how the majority of my possessions had vanished from existence, which made sense because pools don't pay for themselves. I opened the back door and stepped onto the patio, smiling excitedly at my new swimming pool that was about 5 times as long as it was wide. I did a little twirl in front of the swimming pool and changed into my trunks, carefully descending down the pool ladder. Dare I say, what a beautiful day for 200 laps across the pool. By lap 149, I felt a tinge of fatigue creep into my body. I eyed the poolside for the stepladder, and found it absent. Oh well, nothing an additional 50 laps wouldn't fix. Things appear and disappear all the time. The sudden disappearance of a pool ladder was nothing to worry about. My Olympian-grade level of exercise was briefly halted as shivers crept up my spine when a ghastly wail hissed out of my humble home. Jim had lost at pinball and stomped outside with a bit of a pout. Though his feet don't touch the ground, he expertly mimicked the sound of stomping by thumping the end of his scythe into the ground. As I continued swimming, my thought pattern became awfully binary, alternating between the desire for a pool ladder and that desire quickly being replaced with a desire to swim. I took a brief break from my swimming to die. Thank you for listening.